So how was your game before doing coaching and before recording this video?
I had crazy AA, couldn't open anything.
How is your game now after this video?
I got late.
Woo! When me and a few of my day game friends decided to go on a long ass trip to a nice smallish city in Ukraine for a few months, RB decided to join us. RB was tired from living for the future. He was working his job, saving up his money, thinking that one day I'll live a fun life, one day I'll go on adventures. But he decided to say fuck it, to start living now and joining us on this amazing trip. He had some serious approach anxiety, couldn't approach on his own, couldn't even do hit and runs on his own. But as you will see by the end of this video, he overcomes his approach anxiety, can approach on his own without me, without wings, can get girls to stop, can get numbers, can get dates, and as you'll see, even gets LA in a place as tough as Ukraine. So what has been your experience with the game so far?
It is by far the most difficult thing I have ever tried to do.
So how were you meeting girls before day game?
Mostly social circle and online. That was pretty much it.
So we did day one of coaching, and day one is usually just kind of warming up, getting the gears going, just learning the stop, learning the basic opener, nothing too fancy. We did that with you like several days ago, and you had some days on your own where I told you to go out and do just simply try to do one approach a day. If you do that in the beginning on your own, that's fine because you have quite a strong approach anxiety.
Yeah.
So how did you do on your own so far?
This week it was pretty terrible.
Did you do a single set on your own?
No.
You did not do a single set.
I actually wasn't even able to do a hit and run, unfortunately.
That's fine.
I went out, but it was still.
That's fine. This is what happens to a lot of guys actually who have stronger approach anxiety, and what we are gonna do now is what I usually do in situations like this. We're gonna do our day game session one of day two, and you're gonna walk a bit ahead of me on your own and pick chicks to open, and I'm gonna walk slightly behind, so you're gonna choose your girls, you're gonna do the opens. I'm not gonna be the one, hey, open this, open this, open this. But you know that St. Robert's eye, the all-seeing eye, is watching and judging you. So I hope that helps you overcome AA, and we will see how that helps. So the typical thing just happened. The first girl walks towards us, RP looks at her, doesn't open, and I just told him, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You just saw a girl, go the fuck open, there's no waiting, and that's the best way to overcome AA. You just open the first chick you see, regardless of what your results are. She's too old, she's too young, too tall, too short, too angry, too happy, whatever it is, you just go and approach the first one you see.
We lost the student. We lost one.
We lost the student. RB is lost in field. A soldier has fallen in action in Ukraine. Don't go to Ukraine for day game, you'll get lost. Wait, let me explain you one thing, and I will explain that to you. We can be in front of the camera. So the one thing about places like this, so you just got kind of blown out after stalking her for like 2 minutes. And then opening. So one thing you're looking for in a location like this is, so a lot of girls will not speak any English. So let's say 50% of them will not understand what you're saying.
Right.
Maybe a third will understand some decent English, and like 10% will have really good English. So we have a huge group of them, like 70% don't speak enough English. So the set's gonna go over maybe 50 to 70% of times. Then we have chicks that are from traditional upbringing, religious or whatever, so they're not gonna give a fuck about talking to a guy that stops them on the street. We're gonna have chicks that are in a rush, we're gonna have chicks that don't like you, don't like white guys, black guys, tall guys, short guys. So what we're looking for is, we're only looking for the, let's say 10%, 15, 20% of chicks that actually like you. And in places like this, that's kind of the job. There's a lot of filtering, and that's what makes this place harder than a place like maybe London, maybe New York City, and other places in Europe where people actually speak decent English. So here, this is something important you have to take into consideration. Volume is important here. Just as before, always open, don't think, oh, is she the right type, blah, blah, blah. Always open instantly, don't walk behind them, because when you are on your own, like right now, you overcome the approach anxiety, but when you're on your own, like you're gonna walk for like 5 minutes behind her, it's like, like that. And each time, the longer you walk, the shittier your mood gets. Basically, it's a decision. Like, it's a decision you're making. it's not gonna happen. Like nothing magical is gonna happen. You're gonna simply make a decision. Okay, and now I'm fucking opening instantly. I'm not gonna walk, even though your brain is gonna say I wanna walk, I wanna sleep longer. No, like you fucking wake up. You wanna go to the gym. I mean, you don't wanna go to the gym. You made a decision. You're gonna go to the gym. It's a decision. Just as with opening, your brain wants to. Oh, I'm gonna walk. I'm just like I'm fucking scared. I need the right fucking spot. No, you just go instantly. Remember about the copy paste line, yeah? Hey, sorry, I know this is really random, but I just saw you there and I thought you looked cute. I had to say hi. What I noticed about you, blah, 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 blah. The first set was hilarious. Where are you from?
She asked me.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What are you doing here? I think you speak Russian. How long are you staying here? Why so long?
That was
how
such a
did you?
weird-
It's COVID. How did you come here? You cannot come here now.
Right.
So it was a lot of shit tests or frame tests. So always to those you wanna answer with something funny. You don't wanna give the bland answer. Oh,
Correct.
I'm from US. So you can also say oh, I'm from a land so far away. You've seen it in the movies. US. It has a lot of deserts. I live in one. So agree and amplify. Why are you here?
I'm going blank.
So you can basically what happened in your life is you were living a serious life and you decided to change something big and make a big
Right.
thing and your big thing was coming to Ukraine for 2 months. And
Right.
It's like okay, and you can give this answer which is an honest answer. It's an interesting
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
It paints you as this a bit crazy guy, so it's really good. I would say something like that.
Okay.
Again, she thinks she says I think you speak Russian. What do? We agree and amplify. So you can say, are there any words that you know in Russian?
Suka?
Any other words you know in Russian?
No, that's it.
Okay, you can say vodka. Can you say that?
Yeah, I can say
Babushka. Do you know babushka?
Oh, yeah, of
So you
course.
can say you know 3 words. You
Say
know
da.
vodka. You know babushka, and the third one she shouldn't know because it's too rude. You can say
I
I know.
should say it like that too.
No, you can say okay. I know 3 words in Russian. Vodka, babushka, but I'm not telling you the third one. You got the number from that one. Yeah, you had 2 chicks speak English in a row. Good. Let's
Luck.
keep going. I'm gonna do a demo and then we're gonna get back to the opening chicks.
Okay.
So I just did a demo. What did you hear in that set? What did you notice?
You had like a whole bunch of stacks lined up, ready to say. You said pretty much all of them. You kept pushing through. She was basically giving you almost nothing.
Nada. She did not give
Like
a fuck.
1-word responses the whole time.
And she
Kinda-
spoke English, but 1-word responses. So-
Right. And you just, again, I mean, it was that like 2-3 minutes of just straight stacking. And
Stacking, storytelling,
right.
a bit of teasing, trying to get something out of her.
Nothing. And then you just kind of,
Yeah, just like, okay, have a good
Good
day,
time.
ciao, and that's it. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's go. You did 10 sets, you got 1 number, you got 2 sets that went anywhere, and the rest were short.
right.
I did 3 demos. The first demo was a bit like maybe like 3 minutes where the chick wasn't saying anything, and then the second was like 0 reaction, and the third one was like 7-8 minute long set, even though she got to run, meet her parents, but it still ended with the number close. So looking at the last set, what did you notice me doing differently? What made her stay in a set? What was the difference between the sets you did and this demo? What made her stay, stop, or whatever?
Maybe the stacks that you use?
Okay, but you didn't get to the stacks. So how did I get to the stacks? In some sets
Oh,
you
it
didn't
was-
get to
it
the
was the
stacks. So
open, the
how
open.
did I? So what was in the open that made her stay?
The front stop?
I don't know. Was it a front stop? Did I even stop her in
I
front?
didn't see the front stop.
I didn't stop her in front. I tapped on the shoulder from behind. She stopped. Why did she stop? Why did she keep going? No, boom. So what did you notice there? What was my voice like?
Calm, collected.
Calm, exactly. Calm,
slow.
collected. So in your sets, what was your voice like?
Probably higher pitch, probably a little quicker, probably kind of needy, right?
Yeah, pretty fast and like 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, stop, 1 second, no. So if you
Right.
speak fast, like she's gonna reflect, she's gonna react based on how fast you're talking. She has like half a second to realize whether she wants to stay in a set and talk to you, even give you the chance to do the open or not. And if she hears you speak super fast, like sorry, hey, a bit needy, she made a decision in half a second. She just fucks off. Whereas if she hears you speaking super slow, very chilled out, you're not running anywhere, even if she keeps walking, you have to deliver your line. It's as if you're talking in front of a mirror. It doesn't matter how she reacts. You deliver your pre-opener, you deliver your opener, your stacking, and from high to the end of a stack, you're reacting as if you were talking in front of a mirror. You're not looking at her reactions. Even if she walks off, you keep talking, because sometimes what happens is you say, hey, sorry, I know this is really random, but I just thought you looked cute, I had to say hi. And I've seen chicks start to walk away, and then I say, what I noticed about you, and they're like, they're walking away, and what I noticed about you, and I turn around, and they want to know what did I notice about them. So you have to deliver the stack, all the line, regardless of how they react. So we're at day 3, session 2. RB's like 6-7 sets in this session, and when you're getting coaching several days in a row, you get tired. At the end of second day, you're usually fucking tired, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to do any more sets, and that's what's kind of starting to happen. And what happened in the last set, you basically went in weaker than the previous sets, because in the morning you were doing really good sets, really good vibe. You got like 3 numbers, one of those from really, really hot chick. Yeah. Vibe was so good that as soon as you open, chicks are like, oh, where are you from? Right. What are you doing here? Yeah. Oh, this is gonna get me banned from YouTube, like my Russian, making fun of Russian accent. Whereas in the last set, you're like kind of opening, kind of okay, no, nothing, like okay, yeah, like no English, that's right. Fine, yeah, go. So you're kind of expected to get blown out, and that's typical when you get tired. But the idea is to still force yourself to go. That's the value of getting coaching several days in a row, is that you get tired and you learn to push through. You learn to really work on technicalities. That way, when you go out on your own, you can actually force yourself to do those sets when you don't feel like it, when you have AA. So we have around a half hour left, so
I gotta push through.
Right. Let's go. Let's do a few really good opens. We don't need a lot. We need like 3, maybe 3 more opens, but like good ones. Okay. And then we can finish this day. You will have several days on your own, and we'll talk later what you will work on. RB did 10 sets in the second session. You got a few numbers today.
All in the beginning. All
in the beginning, yes. The idea was to push through. Those numbers are responding, so you know what to do. Watch the DayGameCourses.com texting videos. Invite them out pretty soon. Here you don't have to text too much.
Very
Ukrainian screaming. So in the last set, actually, the most important thing today was that you learned to become relaxed, and chicks started reacting to that. For example, the last chick you opened in the pink one. In the pink, you stopped her, and the first word she said, translated to English, was like, what? And the tone was like, what?
All right.
And you stayed super chill. You kept saying, you delivered the line, and she calmed down. She said, hey, sorry. She asked you to speak slower because she didn't understand. And that's the importance of your frame. You learn to be chilled, and chicks start reacting to that. They start reflecting that. Because as I said before, they have half a second to figure out whether they want to talk to you, and they're sometimes pissed, like, what? But if they see you're chilled, they chill out, they talk to you, they're nice. She was very receptive. You chose not to continue the set because you didn't like her, or whatever your reason was. Because even if you don't like her, if you open, you keep doing the set, you keep practicing the skills. So the homework, watch the texting videos, do preferably 5 sets a day. Even 1 set a day is fine, but do at least 1 a day. And we'll see you in 4 days.
Let's do it. What do you think on pose? Should I have my hands behind? Does it matter?
Fuck it, but don't wear a tank top next time.
Why, you should have told me that ahead of time, you fucking asshole.
I never wear tank tops. You see me wear tank tops, I wear white shirts.
Okay.
You gotta look good, you gotta look sharp for the ladies.
Start.
Stop, hammer time.
Start.
Oh, start, okay. Hello, so we're back, and this is RB's day 4 of coaching. We're gonna do the first session. I'm St. Robert. I'm a sexually frustrated sex tourist in Ukraine who has been on 7 first dates, hasn't still gotten laid. RB, motherfucker, how have your days been going?
I've had 2 dates so far. One pretty strong lead. The other one, I can't really tell if she's just not as into texting. or you know, maybe well, I'll date request here pretty soon and see how that goes. But yeah, one strong lead, and then I got maybe one or two really weak leads. So we'll see what happens with those.
I will go out and we'll do some fucking more sets, because this sexually frustrated average chump is gonna do 10 fucking demos, steal all of the hottest chicks from RB, try to bang some of them. But in all seriousness, you have some texting going on, you have some dates going on already, yeah, even though you were completely fucking sure that this is gonna be a fucking disaster for you. You did even some sets on your own, like you did. How did it? Because you had 4 days off. What happened there?
I think the first 2 days it was just one set each, and then the third day it was just 5 sets, and one number closed out of that. It's feeling way more comfortable, way more. I still need to work on kind of pulling the trigger a little bit quicker.
Just whip the dick out on the street.
Yeah, no, never hide your dick, right?
Behind pants, go San Francisco style.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go out. We're gonna do 2 sessions today, 20 sets total. Let's see how this goes. So RB, you're 6 sets in. In this session, you just got a number from a really nice set. So what's happening there is your stops, they're fucking working, you're getting the topic, you're getting them to stop, you're getting them to give you a topic, you're getting to kind of talking, you get the conversation going. So what to focus on next is make sure you talk about them, don't talk about you. Yeah, you don't want them to view you as this interesting traveling tourist guy, because that's what's happening if you talk about your travels. You're going to Kiev, you're asking about Odessa, you're asking about, talking about different cities in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Because in that case, again, she's giving you tourist tips, she's not seeing you as a guy she wants to bang. And so to do that, you want to actually find out stuff about her. So about that chick, what do you know about her?
She works some really serious job.
What job?
I don't really remember the details. It was something about I have no idea.
Boom. What does she do for fun?
I don't even remember.
Boom. Did she grow up here or in another city?
She's from here originally.
Okay, so find out more things about her and talk less about yourself. Yeah,
Gotcha.
no one cares about you.
Gotcha.
And if you don't want them to care about you, because if they care about you, then they're going out with you because you're an interesting partner guy, not because you build connection. So you want to build a connection, and people build connection when they invest. When you invest, you get connected. When she invests, she gets the feeling of that she's connected, she invested, I gotta meet this interesting partner guy. So we're gonna do a few more sets in this session and see how we go. Okay, let's go. You did 10 sets. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm way more relaxed than I was on day 1 and day 2. I need to stay in set longer. I need to work on these stacks.
Remember the line.
Remember the lines. And get them talking way more about themselves. But not only that, just remember what they're saying. Remember which girl's which, that kind of thing.
Yes. RB today has been very results oriented, and that means you sometimes get reactive when you open a girl and she doesn't really stop, and it's visible in the things that you didn't do. So I gave him a very special task for this session, for the session 2 of day 5. It's to go out and get 10 blowouts while doing a good stop. Completely not focusing on whether they stop, whether you actually get the numbers, what's happening. Really focus on actions and completely disregard the results. Because when you get really focused on results, usually the performance goes down. And weirdly enough, the most successful students I've had, usually there is 2 types, but one type was the one that did not give a fuck. They just came out to have fun, they didn't give a fuck about the results, they were just enjoying their time, and that seemed to work very, very good. So let's see how our RB does with getting 10 blowouts. So, RB, where are you? How are you? How is your coaching session going? How's your coaching session going, RB? Tell everyone.
Fucking terrible.
Fucking terrible. What's going on?
I guess I just kind of feel like I checked out a little bit. Just can't seem to get myself to approach anything.
How is your mental state from 1 to 10, RB? From 1 to 10, let's judge it. 10
Like-
being amazing, 1 being fuck you.
Like suicidal?
No, not suicidal.
Okay. Probably maybe like 4.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, maybe 3. I don't know.
Okay, 3 is okay.
I
thought
can
it's
I
like
can
1
think
and
of
fuck
one
you.
time. I can think of one time that I was alone where I was way worse than this. So.
Oh, is that bad? So it's like a solid shitty state. Great. So we're not gonna try to get anything out of this guy anymore today. I'm recording this just so we can later in this video show that you can get out of a hole like this. That's the only point of why we're doing this. So for the rest of the session, I'll maybe do some demos. We'll just chill out. Barbie won't be doing any more sets. We're back out coaching. You have done 2 sets. But before we talk about those sets, let's talk about what happened after day 5 of coaching, after your wonderful mental breakdown. You had something beautiful happen. Tell us the story.
Yeah, so day 5, total meltdown, too many blowouts, just pretty much shut down. I ended up meeting with my 4th date, my 4th girl, and expecting nothing. But we went out, got coffee, bounced multiple venues. She just didn't want to seem to walk away, so I just bounced her back to my place somehow. It's just total compliance. Tried to escalate, didn't happen that day. She invites me to lunch the next day, pays for the whole thing. Hints at maybe coming over to my house. Next day she texts me after work, hey, I'm coming over. Just like, it literally like it felt like I didn't have to do much of any work after a certain point. It's like
Only a bunch of opens, a bunch of a few
other
dates,
than
a
like
lot of
the 80
texting.
to 100 opens that I had to do to get that one. Yeah, that was pretty much it.
So after a mental breakdown, after a lot of struggle, you got your beautiful
First thing,
Ukrainian flag.
First one.
You met her after that, so congrats on that. And another thing you worked on was, well, when we went out on day 6, we realized that your game is very different than when you're with me, and when you're on your own, it's much harder for you to approach. So what we did is, we did a session where you were kind of walking around on your own. We were on a phone call, so I can listen to your sets, but you were on your own doing your sets. I gave you a task, how to not waste too much time between sets. And you just burned through the city, you just did set after set after set, and then you had almost a week on your own where you managed to go out, you managed to do in one day 10 sets, in several days 5 sets a day, which is a big difference from where we started, where you had crazy approach anxiety, you couldn't approach on your own. So we kind of fixed that. That's fucking great. And now we just started session 7. You've done 2 sets. First one was very short, no English, super hot chick though.
Yep.
And the second one was a real beauty, turned out to be an actress or some Instagram, YouTube celebrity or something like that, which ended up as a number close.
Yeah.
And the one thing about that one is, so the beginning was good, the attraction material was good, and then she asked where you're from, you're kind of starting to talk about everything, and then you kind of kept going into American mode. It's like a bit of chit chat, whereas instead of that, you can think, okay, what's the real topic here? What are we actually talking about? So how did you feel about that set? How did you go?
I felt better about the beginning part than I did about the second half of it. So I felt like the stacks were pretty decent, all things considered. The open was good. There was vibing. I think I maybe stayed a little too long into that, or maybe even once we got to an investment, I kept kind of trying to tease her, which maybe not as necessary.
Get a real topic.
Yeah.
Have a real conversation. Teasing is nice.
Definitely.
Stacking is good. Teasing is good. Storytelling is good. Once she cooks, find a real topic. Have a real conversation. Find out some things about her, what she does for a living, what she does for fun, where's she from, what's she up to right now, which you already knew. So okay, let's do a bunch more sets and see where we can get you today. Arby, what's the difference between the reactions you're getting now between day 1?
Day 1 was just 50 to 75% blowouts. Now it's even if girls are interested, they're actually really polite about it. Getting girls to stop pretty easy. Very rare. I mean, maybe not. I don't want to say necessarily very rare, but way less common as far as blowouts or it's like any kind of harder rejections. Sign of progress.
Okay.
Conversations much longer too. So 5-6 minutes sometimes, maybe even more depending. depending how my vibe is, right?
What?
If I get to 2 more sets, do you think we could end this session a little early?
Complain a bit more. Live shit. Day game shit. Fuck day game.
Done.
I can't do it anymore.
I'm starting a fucking blog telling you about why Robert sucks.
Robert sucks ass. Robert is the worst coach ever. He tells you to approach.
So I opened this chick who apparently was out with her boyfriend, and I couldn't tell because they were too spread out from each other. They just weren't walking around like a basic couple. I go open, and it's like this chick's kind of obviously a little shy, a little nervous, and all of a sudden I get this huge ass dude come up right to my right, and like he's like, "What?"
So how did you handle that?
I was like, "Oh, is this your girl?" Yeah. Shake his hand, tell her she looks very nice, and just walk the fuck away. It looked like he might just punch me in the face, and I did get a little scared, to be honest with you, because he was quite a few pounds bigger than me.
So yeah, it's scary. The stereotype is
Pretty
semi-true,
fucking
but
true. It's gotta
the
be
stereotype is true. But the likelihood of anyone punching you here is very fucking low if you behave yourself normally and
Yeah.
apologize, shake the hand, and fuck off. If that was to happen in a club, likelihood is way, way, way higher. But on a street, likelihood of getting punched in the face because you open someone's girlfriend is still very low. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So if in the beginning you couldn't open and the chicks would leave really fast and kind of blow you out, so how were you doing by the end of this coaching in your sets?
I'm actually able to stop most of the sets. Blowouts are way less often, and girls are much, much, much kinder to me now.
Okay, do you know like approximate number, how many numbers you got, or it's just like a bunch, or I don't know?
It wasn't like a bunch because the girls are kind of resistant to actually giving you their number, but what, maybe 10?
No, way more than that.
Probably more than that.
Much more than that.
Yeah, so I guess there'd be like what, 20-30% of those numbers actually equated to like a date or something like that.
I think you got at least 20 numbers, probably more than that. I'm pretty sure it was more than that.
Okay.
And so how many dates?
4.
4 dates. A few actually flaked, so you set up more and then a few of them flaked.
Right.
And the most important thing, what happened? What did you get here?
Got me my Ukrainian flag.
Your Ukrainian flag. So what's the plan now?
The plan is to go back home and polish this in my hometown.
In your hometown, because you do live in a place that's underground, not many people know about it. It's actually one of the good locations in the US for day game. Practice your game until the next spring, and if anything goes right, if everything goes right,
I'm gonna be maybe back in this country, maybe somewhere else, who knows, right? Just roaming free and get better.
well, keep posting in the group chat, keep sharing your experiences in the group chat, so guys know how you're actually doing after coaching, and keep up with keep in touch with everyone else, because you can meet really amazing dudes from day game, especially if you're hanging out with other guys that have coached, because then you know those guys are actually taking action, they're going out, they're getting some results, they aren't just thinking about game and theorizing, you're actually taking action. So I look forward to hearing from you how you're doing in the group chat, seeing you on other trips. So good luck back home. Well, RB wasn't the easiest student to coach. Lots of AA, emotional ups and downs, being results oriented, but still he learned to open on his own, get numbers, get dates, get laid, even in a country as tough as Ukraine. If you like this video with RB, you will probably also enjoy the video of me coaching David in Playa del Carmen, Mexico last winter, and you'll see it in the end screen after the video, or you can find the link in the description below. And if you too want to take your day game on the next level and get some day game coaching, then follow the link in the description or go to my website saintrobert.blog, and on the top menu click Learn Day Game. And if you want to join similar trips in the future, then make sure you are on my mailing list, because that's the first place I announce all the trips. First I offer it to the subscribers, and then if there are any spots remaining, then I put it on YouTube and talk about it on my podcast. And to join the mailing list, simply go to my website saintrobert.blog, and you'll see a form to sign up there.